Afternoon on car radio. This is Mbuso Ngobese. Uyazika masuka nje the Joyride show nalesikhathi kuze kushaya lapha no 5 o'clock. Thanks to Ngobese SA with the beautiful sport bars, and also thanks to Ntokozo in our studios. As you know, in this time around we are working from home, of which is beautiful as well, because you know lento kubaleka yenze ukuthi ngibanjwe traffic. Yes, when we are safe home, or else you can even try to find a quiet place. Maybe if you are driving, you can just park in a quiet place and start working. It is so good. So we really appreciate izinto njengalezo. And today ngoba kulusuku oluhle kanje ngomhla 26 of October. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Definitely iguqubele nje kamnandi. Elesivivi. So we are just relaxing on that one. Remember, as well in Durban, even though it's like this, but it is beautiful and it's warm a little bit. Particularly if you say Nanda, Mchepeni, Cliplands, Newtown A, those places are very cold because that's just up the hill. If we will you can be able to ubona Mapita Stadium in town. You can be able to see Izinga Reach in Amshlanga, the Gateway, Mall in Amshlanga, Durban North, yeah, little bit of Palito. You see, so we still phezulu lapana. So moya straight from the beach, straight to the Fugabona, Fugusubanda. Ulwanje yasethekwini liyashisa kodwa phela umoya mosahamba esikhathi eside kakhulu siyakubona sewupholile. So bese behlangana nokubandaza. So I've been noticing ke nokusebenza lapha eNanda ukuthi okay Nanda intuzuma Lindelani Nanda Clip, all those places kuyabanda ngoba kuphezulu. So wamukeleke, if you are new on this radio, this is car radio. We are very online, nowhere else, or else can find us on our Facebook page. It's car radio, of which is CARR. Even there on our YouTube, still there. We are Car TV, and also we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. So we're even na Spotify corner, Anchor FM corner, Spreakers corner. We are everywhere. Anything that touches online, let's use data, then you can find us on all those places. If you want to listen as well, again, online radio box, and also Google, and also tune in app, so you can be able to listen to us because we are just online. Talking about online, today we are doing we call this a career-wise Tuesday, where we are making a sense in terms of a career. So today we're going to talk about opportunities that are there as we know, we are entering into a fourth industrial revolution. Actually, we are in the middle of it. But in South Africa, because a developing country, a lot of things they are coming later than other countries. China, they are operating under a fourth industrial. America also, they are doing one and the same. They are operating under a fourth industrial. So everywhere you go in China or everywhere you go in USA, there is a Wi-Fi everywhere. This means they are really prioritizing this thing of doing things online. So just providing them free Wi-Fi. Even there in South Africa still, we are experiencing those free Wi-Fi by schools, so and so, by local, local halls, local clinics, local local centers, and also local malls. So yeah, we really get now free Wi-Fi, which is good, and we are getting to know a lot of things on our internet free of charge. So yeah, having said that, as we career-wise, Tuesday sizofika khona lapha kuma-careers ukuthi-ke kahle ama-career as career-wise sikhuluma kanjani, sikhuluma ukuthi uyi-choose kanjani i-career, and-ke since-ke siya kwi-fourth industrial revolution, what are the careers that you need to check from now on instead of choosing wrong careers? Because those things sometimes happen if you choose the career wrong, and once you are choosing a wrong career, this means you are taking a wrong path and you will suffer for a long time, especially if umuntu onqena ukushintsha ama-career in the middle, then you will be having a problem, because sometimes you need to change your career just for certain things that are coming in your way. Like before I used to be a builder, but my circumstances concerning building, I didn't handle them. Then I had to change, going to transport industry, and also I had to change from transport industry. Now I'm doing a trading industry. I'm a trading business. So I'm saying a trading business, which is you see, I'm not those trading online businesses, but so this is a trading. I'm not rendering service. So a little bit things, I'm a products and what I say. So to change a career, it can happen as long as awulona ivila, then you can change careers every now and then, just because uhlangane nenkinga ubona lo nkinga ongakwazi ukuyisolve. Like my problem that I had concerning a builder, it was that our clients they're not paying us on time. Sometimes others they can't pay, and there is no act that says if someone owes you, you must take whatever he owns or they own, because they will cover more cost. So it's a loss, and you can't even go to court. Even if you had an affidavit as an agreement with that particular client that, okay, if I'm done your house, then you will pay me or I will pay you. You see, all those things doesn't happen just like that. Because even if you can have that agreement, but doesn't mean that if he doesn't pay, then wena uzokichima nengani into zakhe. Doesn't happen like that. When it comes to South African rules, a customer is always right. So when it comes to business, there's other things that you should require, which a customer is always right, even if they don't pay, but that's right. You see? Yeah. So to have a business still with a part of risk, it's similar to work for somebody. It's a part of risk, and I can say everything that we are doing in life, it's all risk. Yeah. So in general, so when it comes to careers that we are choosing, we're taking risk as well. But it's good to take a good risk, a very good risk, like to see and check the career that you choose. How is it gonna be in 5 or in 10 years coming, and then you will see it's okay. This is a good career or a bad career. Like for instance, if you are agriculture ulima, I think you are in a very good career, because we can't live without food. So all of those things. If maybe you are trying to have a production whereby you produce ama-nappies ingane, you produce ubisi lengane, you produce things that concerning ingane, then you're in a better place, safe place actually, because abantu they are continuing wonder with ingane, so ingane ziyanda, and you can't stop it. is like that. So increasement it's there, then it's a good investment when you are choosing a career of doing so. And also if you are choosing a career of maybe panel beating cars, then you are doing very well, because crashes are happening every now and then. And as we are a developing country in South Africa, still we gotta still have those cars that are using tires, using tar road, because lawa azosebenzisa ugesi, it's gonna take a long time, maybe 100 years. You see, if maybe you used to watch movies or films, lento ye flat screen, that just the amanye countries, but to tell this flat screen inja. So why new? It's because we are a developing country whereby izinto siyibuka zithuku zofika kuthina, uyabo. Lento ye Wi-Fi kade yabakhona, lento ye Bluetooth kade yabakhona, amafoni angama-touch kade yabakhona kwamanye amazwe asakithi late. So I'm trying to mean ukuthi even this thing of driving cars ey'charge-wayo, of course isikhathi ifike la, sokugcina ifikile. So if you are still investing on repairing amatire, doing panel beating, fixing cars, yeah, you're still in the right track, I guess so. So let's just go and check on some stories that are currently taking place in our country and international, and see what is really happening here. We're counting down. Kuzovota ngedala. Go and vote, encouraging abantu baSouth Africa ukuthi bahambe bovota. Bevotele umuntu abantu oshintsha ini ke uzoshintsha izimpilo zabo. Yebo, ukwena ke votele imfihlo. Let's start with this two stories here. Another suspect has been added in a double murder case involving former Mpumalanga MC Mandla Msebi. Yeah, so which is so good ke ubona into enjengalezo ukuthi ke sekunjalo akusekho kunye asekusheshela emva kwendlu. Kwenzekile so makunjalo ukuthi ke akusekho aphinde kushintshe. And ke lokho kosiza ukuthi abantu beboshwa benze into engekho right, ngoba phela siphila lokho ukuthi ke abantu kwenze kubulungiswa ezikhala ukuthi ke ayenzeke ijustice. Another story here, warm support from voters giving us hope ahead of November election. Kusho lapha ke uMashaba uyabona ukuthi ke khona okungasekwenzeke mhlawumbe zonikeza ke warm welcoming ubaba Mashaba. And also behambele now, so Action SA leader uHerman Mashaba said the reception he had received from residents in Johannesburg showed that this party would emerge as the biggest party in South Africa. Mashaba was campaigning in Soweto on Tuesday, where he was visiting homes and addressing challenges. So he said, therefore, committing to starting Action SA, he had only wished for the support of 500,000 South Africans, but what he got has shocked him. He said it was clear that people were tired of the abuse from African National Congress, also known as the ANC. So many of supporters, they said campaigning for Action SA had been rather easy because of the warm reception from voters. Yeah, let's see what will happen. Monday kuyavotwa. And also here we got that the Independent Electoral Commission, the IEC, is launching the Results Operation Center on Tuesday ahead of the upcoming 2021 municipal elections. So at the launch, the commission is also expected to announce on the state of readiness as a countdown to election day on the November 1 begins. So yeah, we are really anticipating to watch all those things together. But another one here that we have is that National Prosecuting Authority, as NPA, has welcomed the judgment of former President Jacob Zuma's special plea to have state prosecutor Billy Owner removed from his corruption trial. On Tuesday, Judge Pete Cohn of the Pietermaritzburg High Court dismissed Zuma's application, saying it was not based on any fact. Zuma accused a donor of being biased and that he will not have a fair trial if he continues to represent the state in his matter. So the NPA's Mthunzi Haka said, we welcome judgment because we had vigorously opposed it on the basis that it has no merit. So on the issue that they had raised relating to political interference and bias on the part of prosecuting, they were very ventilated and properly pronounced upon by the Supreme Court of Appeal and the full court sitting. Here is the permanent stay of prosecuting proceedings. And now this is the third judgment that affirms our position. So Jacob Zuma Foundation on Tuesday said it was not surprised that the Pietermaritzburg High Court had ruled against the former president in his bid to have donor removed. So the foundation spokesperson Suoane said they will advise Zuma to appeal the latest court ruling. Okay, moving forward and checking another one here. So I got this one here. With an opinion, one of the painful and the pitiful things happening in South Africa today is that racists are emboldened once more to lead the discourse on racism. So recently, Democratic Alliance put up fancy posters around Phoenix to declare bold that the NC called you racist, they called you heroes. To be sure, there are multiple accounts of what happened in the Phoenix during the July monument. For now, it is better to leave it to the police and other agencies to reveal the true facts for the nation. However, one article published by the New Frame with the little past and present push Phoenix over age, so shared some interesting insight about the complexity of life in Phoenix in events of July 2021. Moving forward, checking on this one as well and see what okay. This one here concerning over the weekend, the Spa Proteas wrapped up their UK tour with a convincing 60-38 victory over Wales, so making it a clean sweep overseas. The South African women's netball team were dominating as they won all 5 games on their first tour outside the country since January 2020. So the Proteas faced the likes of Wales, Scotland and Ireland, as well as provincial club Northern Ireland Warriors. So this tour came as a replacement for the Margaret Beckford Sunshine Series, which was called off due to COVID-19 restrictions. So there were a number of standout players in that last games against the Welsh team, and coach Eudorate Bedhorst shared her thoughts. The Wales were tough competitors against us. I think my goal sadly of the defense did well. The combination of Pumza, Maweni and Umonik Reinik, and the pressure the whole team put Wales gave us the opportunities to 10 balls. combine well on the attacking side as with a different combination that I tried, and I think we stay clinical throughout. Yeah, that has ke coach lapho esho kanjalo. So yeah, congratulations ke to laphana ke netball in South Africa that by doing wonders on other side. Yeah. Okay. The last one that we need to check on this one here is that my top story is that the failure to declare an informal settlement in the west of Johannesburg, an official township, has taken central stage in this election debate. Thousands of people were placed in Ebumnandini with promises of approved living conditions that was 22 years ago, actually. I beg your pardon here. So, but because the area hasn't been declared an official township, it hasn't been prioritized to receive services such as clean running water, a financial sewage system, and tarred road. So the local ward will be hotly contested in this year's election after remaining in the hands of African National Congress for over 2 decades. So the decades-long struggle in declaring Ebumnandini a township has been hundreds in securing the necessary service such as sanitation and waste collection. So the NC, which has been in charge of that community for 22 years, claims that it has been complicated process. One 128 spokesperson Thabisile said there was an immediate intervention from the city to say, let us take people there for a certain time. But since they were here discussing started that to be brought up. So he said that I called to state discussion of this proclamation. A proclamation happened at later stage, but people are saying they are no longer at the stage of to be moving up and down. So the FF welcomes Boniswa. Welcome Boniswa is not buying it, but what kind of a city says we are not proclaiming to put electricity boxes and poles? What kind of a city says here you are not proclaimed? We can't bring you houses and proper water, but we can give you temporary what? Both parties are promising to have Ebumnandini declare a township in a month following the election. I really enjoy it. If you're tuning in right now, we are still listening to Car Radio. We are here for you. It's a full gospel radio. So yeah, as you know, with it's a full gospel radio. Some beautiful tune is coming at 4:30 with Dr. Suoane Msomi. It's coming through 30:30. So you'll see which this is really gospel radio by music. And I was so cool, man. So what's coming up next at some stage, we'll be having in the fourth industrial revolution, jobs of so it's choose a career in a wise way. And the reason why we have the career wise Tuesday, because you need to be wiser in choosing career. Iphoyisa bese uthi hayi ngizoba iphoyisa bonuma wakho nurse now uzoba nurse. It doesn't work like that. You need to have your own ways of choosing career. Even though some parents, not even some, a lot of parents, they need to help their kids in terms of choosing career. It mustn't be like a command, but it should be something like giving them some example, giving them some tips. Because in the so if you need to teach abantwana ukuthi guys thina we grew up bekunje esikhule, then now on izinto ziyashintsha, so khona ukuthi nokuthi uyabo. So like nasikhule mahambe ne-wardrobe, like a normal wardrobe, but now abantu benza ama-built-in. So even though we still have a normal wardrobe, but abantu not built-in manje, they're built-in, and you see izinto kushintsha kwazo. So if you wanna do umsebenzi wezandla using our machine, you better start doing ama-fittings ama-built-in, or else try to uba nendawo yakho i-cutting edge whereby you will cut izinto ezidinga abantu abazobe benza ama-built-in, because uyazi ukuthi uma wenza ama-built-in you just thatha ama-measurements uhambise cutting edge khathele yonke into, kanti into zakho uhambe uyifaka laphana sekuphelele njalo. It's not a very big job, but umuntu wenza imali kamnandi ilo onezinto zokukhatha. Can you imagine wenza izinto zokukhatha phinde ufithe? This means a double amount. Thatha imali yangale yamakhathi yomuntu owabe yakhathela iza kuwena, thatha imali yomuntu owabe yafitha uyofitha. So it's just like that. You just have to think and see ukuthi ungacombine kanjani izinto zakhona, uyabo. So usizulele izindaba nje concerning i-transport ukuthi kayi komgwaqo obheke eGoli impela ngathi ngicela nokuphazamiseka, since ke ama-South African drivers they are complaining ngendaba ukuthi ke a lot of people get from other countries, they are being hired in our country, but ke thina we have a lack of job opportunities. But ke still we're looking forward to kubheka ukuthi ke kuzokwenzakalani since ke benze kanjalo. And sinenkinga ke since we are experiencing le ndaba ke ya load shedding. Njalo mawuzokuzwa uma election sina kuba nenkinga le stage 2 power cut to start today and continue to Saturday kusho Eskom ngalokho. So stage 2 power cut will start at 9 on Tuesday and 9 a.m. on Tuesday and continue until Saturday, Eskom said. So the power utility said that this was due to a shortage of generation capacity. Eskom said that while it had managed to return a bit of each of its Kusile, Matimba and Anode power stations on Tuesday morning, further delays in returning other units to service and exacerbated the capacity constraints. Then like Eskom guys, it's really tiring, and I'm hoping because Eskom sirely kakhulu kugesi, especially kusebhizinisini ilawo ebona khona ukuthi kahle kahle ke ugesi is a part of my life, ngoba mawusuhamba ugesi into yakhe iyama, yabo. If into yakhe ima, that means you're losing money and you're getting your food damaged in your fridge, if maybe like enanda nje ugesi wahamba khona 3 days. So that was not a very good manner, ngoba bekungekho right. So in a couple of minutes we are enjoying a very beautiful gem from Dr. Suoane Msomi, and also Masibuya career wise sibheka lapha nama-career umele wa-choose ke ongabheka wona as we are approaching the 4th industrial revolution. After that we'll be just reading iWord of God as well as ukuthi ke we can't be singashonaphi singayaphi without ke izwi laNkulunkulu elwazi kusigayise sifake endleleni. So ngaleyo ndlela leyo be blessed, be highly favored wherever you are in the land. Welcome again. If you're tuning in right now, welcome. We're going to a song from Dr. Suoane Msomi. It's Ngayaphi Masibuya kuyona career wise Tuesday. It's Mbuso Ngobese, and again lapha na ke uNtokozo Makhanya as my producer. Today I'm broadcasting live ngekuphi na number 10 Nyende Road kwaMafu 4360 Durban. Yeah, let's have a joy song from Dr. Suoane Msomi ethi Ngayaphi. Coming back after this break. Dr. Suoane Msomi nje ngingayaphi ngingashonaphi. Beautiful one. Thanks there. And right now we are having a daily making sense when it comes to a career wise Tuesday, of which is so good and beautiful. And we're touching in a very sensitive side, of which is beautiful side as well. So sensitive and beautiful. So today we are checking on what are the things or what is going to happen or what the effort industrial revolution is affecting us in a positive and negative way. Because each and every way is happening in our lives, and I think they are here to change into indlela esiphila ngayo noma ngendlela besizokwenza ngayo njengamanje izosifundisa ukuthi ke senze into eyodwa ngenye indlela yabo. Not just that everything would change, but will be changing to do things in a normal way to a new normal. Okay, like any revolution or change is met with fear and trepidations. So not only in artificial intelligence and automation impacting your daily life. So and what we do and a living, and also, but it is also transforming entire industries, how things are made, consumed, and even how countries are governed. Not just that if industrial izoshintsha konke, but izoshintsha indlela esenza ngayo into esoqhubeka siyenze uyabo. So like ukuthumela umyalezo, before we used to have post post, but cell phone came, fax came, email came, WhatsApp came, then now umyalezo uhambisa manje kumuntu yabo. Sisawuhambisa umyalezo, we're still doing one and the same thing that we used to do before, but in a different way, but the same thing. They're passing a message by using cell phone. Before we were still passing a message using what? We're using post office poster. So all of these things, science, because science in a different way, but it seems as if a way over without noticing. Send a message, WhatsApp message, hello, are you good? I'm good. I'm looking for this and this and this and this and that. And then Muntu replies, okay, no problem, we will have it tomorrow, or let me just think about it. Unlike before, not to be hard, but you have this food, so senze defanayo ngendlela ehlukile. So ukuthi umkhulu wami uyavuka ethuneni njengamanje uyabuka indlela esiphila ngayo, ngakwazi ukuphila. You can't survive. Akhonkomo manje, and also khona umasipala manje, and iranda namandla. So xa ngibuka 10,000 rand, 10,000 rand ukuthi uthenga inkomo yodwa, nekhathi zawo 10,000 ongathenga inkomo eziwu-25 yabo, noma eziwu-30 umuntu 10,000, but this time around yabo, can you imagine inkomo yakabo 250 inkomo yakabo 250, inkomo yakabo 1,500, kwakuthi iyabiza. Inkomo isikabo 4,000, yamanje inkomo 11,000 yabo. That means mayifika yena ebuya uthi wenzeka imistake uyabuya ke uze emhlabeni ufika siphila kanje uthi nje uphile for 2 hours or 3 hours, ungaxakeka ngoba indlela izinto esenza ngayo izinto azinjengalezi ezabo. Hence we are doing one and the same thing in a different way uyabo. So injalo ke ufika we-fourth industrial revolution ayizoshintsha izinto ezizenza, izoshintsha indlela esenza ngayo izinto. Zona lezo besizenza sizenza ngenye indlela kodwa kwenzeke zona. Okay, so this raises the question, what impact will it have on jobs and careers over the next few years for decades? So the answer depends mostly on what career path you choose. That's it. As we get umbuzo vele ukuthi as these things are changing, uzokwenzakala negative concerning our jobs kuma-decades alandelayo, then you'll know ukuthi okay, concerning a career oyichuzile, that's where your answer is yabo. Kunama-career azomele ukuthi afe because they won't really work at all, but nama-career dinga-modifywa just to give them indlela entsha ukuthi basebenzise, like teaching. Abantu abakwi-teaching now, they should start learning ufundisa online, having ama-classes online, having ama-extra classes online yabo. Umuntu mayefuna ukufunda But no, I'm looking for mathematics, so and so. I need to teach our X, then okay, uvule online link noxoxe uthi okay isebenza kanjani le nto umuntu akhokhe via online kuphelele njalo afake payment umuntu ingene payment and ngemva kwalokho umuntu umfundisa. That's it. Yabo izinto zokuhamba bezenzeke lezo leyo uthi hey no ngisose classini. Yabo I used to hear abantu ababhalayo ukuthi no classini bafethu ngisafunda bane room abahlangana kuyona via i-link ethile bexoxa. But still usafunda, but they are learning in a different way. This is ke ukuthinta khona ke nathi ukuthi okay career kuyona ubaleke ukuthi uma choose career ubheke ukuthi ke how many decades otherwise ukwacover if there is a way. And also ke while many of today's occupation will still exist in the future, they will indefinitely transform. And they will indefinitely transform. And it may in many cases occupational categories will overlap with one another to form new roles. So this is already happening, and the rate at which is occurring is expected to accelerate over time. So it is not to say that automation will necessarily replace most jobs, but rather will require people to adapt and learn how to use this technology to enhance existing processes. These roles will be focused on skills such as monitoring and operating automated and online processes in conjunction with their existing roles and responsibilities. So injalo nje amanye awezokushintsha but ke azodinga ukuthi enziwe ngenye indlela ukuthi okay besiyenza kanje sesiyenza kanje besiyenza kanje sesiyenza kanje. And the reason why now we have a lot of pre-cooked food ukudla kupheka 2 minutes sekuvuthiwe ngoba kubuka ukuthi abantu abasenayo into epower, saving energy, saving electricity. You need to have buy pre-cooked food, then whenever uyakufaka i-microwave sekuvuthiwe yabo still usapheka kodwa ke usupheka ngenye indlela sewupheke lapho lokhipha uphaya aba-6 with-deep freezer bafake kwi-microwave bevuthe emva kwalokho noma bafake kwi-deep fry bevuthe emva kwalokho sekunjalo njalo sekuyadliwa sekuqediwe. Thank you for food yabo. The way of cooking that is coming yabo, so into kanjalo. And also what is certain is that the new generation will become increasingly diverse and analytical in their way of thinking. They will continuously adopt new skills and be more adaptable to frequent changes in the workplace as in their roles, as new job roles start to open up and certain skills become absolute. So according to a World Economic Forum report, the future of jobs, here are the 10 skills you will need for the fourth industrial revolution. Well, the first one, they are saying it's a complex problem solving. Complex problem solving. Number 2, it is the critical thinking. We will be needing someone who is thinking critical things. The complex problem solving. If then someone needs to come and solve it. Like shut down the system. That's why I need someone who has a complex one, so that's gonna be easy for a company to continue running. And people management, someone who is going to manage people, is a bit difficult. Especially coordinating with others, those ones as well is going to be needed. Emotional intelligence, all of those ones, they are just needed. And judgment and decision making. Negotiation, someone who can be able to negotiate. There's a cognitive flexibility, and also especially vulnerable are not are jobs that involve a high level of physical work and respectively tasks. So most reports suggest those industries hardest hit will be the retail and trade, transportation, agriculture, admin, office support, accommodations, and food services, and production, as well as manufacturing industry. So, innately, human characteristics such as creativity and empathy is hard to replace and will be less affected. So for now, at least, as machines can already be taught to dream and paint, but often with EBZ consequences. People appreciation for those qualities will mostly likely increase, and it's highly unlikely to fall away. So jobs in cookie writing, tourism, design, and medical care, for example, where human qualities are essential, will be more assistance to change. So other areas that will see state demand for years to come accordingly include media and entertainment, 65% stable, consumer production, 73% stable, healthcare, 71% stable, energy, 70% stable, professional service, 67% stable, ICT, 65% stable, e-mobility, 61% stable, and infrastructure, 58%, and financial investor services will be 57% stable. So the biggest change will undoubtedly be the birth of new areas of work where the creation and the designing of automated online processes are concerned. So in fact, according to one estimate, almost 2/3 of today's kindergarten students will eventually have occupations that don't currently exist. So key industries that will buffer you against the possibility of unemployment in the future include AI, robotic, 3D printing, nanotechnology, quantum computing, biotechnology, the Internet of Things, autonomous transport, aerospace, genomics, and also mapping and editing of genomes, and to name but a few. So what becomes evident in that the education system, as we know, it needs to be changed. Education system, as we know, it needs to be changed. So the wealth economy will for a long time need to robust workforce, which means making sure that people are employable for longer, reskilling a workforce regularly during a person's career will become to norm. Widespread disruption is imminent, and therefore preparation is key. So the fourth industrial revolution, will South Africa be ready for jobs of future? So the fourth industrial revolution represents a new era of innovation in technology, and also one that's enhancing human-machine relationship, unlocking new market opportunities, and fueling growth across the global economy. And in South Africa, various groups are promoting the fourth industrial revolution and taking steps to leverage it. So, but there is a long way to go before South Africa can enjoy the fruit of innovation prosperity. First, a sufficient supply of advanced engineering talent needs to be available. Beyond that, People are in regular jobs need to develop the skills to deal with the disruptive effects of new technology in their work environment. So the future of South Africa education system is an important consideration in its journey towards fourth industrial revolution. Number two, digital technologies have the potential to vastly improve education and have become a key to mitigating the learning disruption caused by COVID-19. So we are entering an era of technological empowerment, but in order to benefit from the many solutions of what industrial revolution technologies offer, we first need to address the widening professional skills gap. So first thing first, what is fourth industrial revolution? Is a current era where countries around the world are adopting game-changing technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, robots, and cloud computing, and the Internet of Things. Most importantly, the fourth industrial revolution doesn't consider any of these technology in isolation. Instead, it encompasses a fusion in which these high-powered tech tools integrate with our physical and biological weight. These aptitious computers, interconnected digital devices, intelligent robots, autonomous vehicles, and gene editing, printing of organic matter, and even brain enhancement. An effective way of understanding what the fourth industrial revolution is about is to consider it in the context of previous three industrial revolutions. Number three, I'm gonna have the it gets smarter block image. So is responsible. So is responsible for driving many for industrial revolution technologies in the Get Smarter Disruptive Tech Survey, which engages global business leaders and working professionals to measure demand for different technologies. So AI came out on top in 2018-2019. Today, AI remains on the list of 2021 technology trends alongside four. So internet behavior, the privacy enhancing computing, and also thought Africa hasn't digitally transformed as quickly as other developing and developed regions. There have been significant improvement in information and communication technology. So here, mobile technologies and services generate millions of jobs and contributing a serious amount of economic value to the region. Number five, providing that digitalization helps increase efficiency and growth. Yeah. So these are all the things that we get as we are approaching the fourth industrial revolution. So we gotta go and wrap this for today. As we know, we're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, whereby things are going to change the way we do it, but they remain the same, the production. And also, this is the report with the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa recognized the fourth industrial revolution's place in driving new solutions as a continent. This has continued to be impacted by the historically low levels of development. So Africa can and must take advantage of technological advances to industrialize, pursue inclusive growth, and attract investment. His aim is to have the national fully enhancing the potential of technology by 2030. But in order to do so, we need to respond with agility and purpose. So the path forward for South Africa, the exact time frame for the fourth industrial revolution isn't not known, but through essential expect that by 2026 it could unlock around 1.4 trillion rand of value in South Africa across agriculture, infrastructure, manufacturing, and financial services. So we got that here again, ensuring that South Africa workforce will be ready for the future of work will likely require a combination of effort from various stakeholders, mounting enthusiasm for the fourth industrial revolution from different groups is a positive sign. But translation that energy into strong cross-sectoral partnership will be the key to effective digital skills creation. There are lots concerning this, so it is clear that if South Africa is to become a legitimate participant in the digital revolution, it will need to make some fundamental changes first. So, you know what? As we're running out of time, we need to go and check on the word of God before we go. But again, I think you had a lot in terms of this career-wise today. As you know, we are in the fourth industrial revolution, whereby we need to adapt and change the way we do things. At the end of the day, we would see how consequences are right. The word of God today, it's from Mark 4, verse 39. As you know, the most important things for us to remember is the fact that the Lord knows. Not only does He know what we face, but He also has a power to rescue us. Trials are the reality, but His knowledge and power to deliver. So believe in your faithful Lord and in His ultimate power to save. And also here, the storms of life do not last forever. Eventually, these challenges also get tired and move away. So when the dark clouds pass and the sun breaks through, you will rejoice. So though times do not do come our way, but tough times do come our way, but gladness and joy will overtake them. So we are reading from the scripture today. Mark 4 verse 39. He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. So when the Lord speaks, even the wind and the waves must obey. He can speak, the word quiet, be still, and that situation must obey. In the noise of challenge and difficulty, expect to hear Him speak. He is very present in our life, is our guarantee that everything will go well. Yeah, we're done for today, done and dusted at Mbuso Ngobese. This was the Joy Ride Show, as well as we think about of 4 to 5 on Tuesday and Thursdays. So yeah, have a blessed day. Enjoy the day to the fullest. If you are driving from home to your work, drive safe